All right, here we go. Another one of our unboxings. I am Philip, this is 64 Audio, and today we are unboxing the Neo. I shouldn't say today, I say right now. Today we've unboxed everything, but right now we are unboxing the Neo. And sorry for not having the little plastic wrap thing for the ASMR fans where you want to hear it kind of like slicing it open. I know that would have been nice, but I'm not qualified to use a box cutter. I don't have the proper licensing. The Neo package does look different than it used to. We wanted it to kind of match with the family products, so it is back to this traditional black box matte finish with a little bit of kind of the glossy look on the hero shot. One thing that's very different about the Neo, right away, you see that the faceplate is much more in your face. Blue abalone. I will admit, I have kind of waned on my personal opinion on kind of flashier colors like this, but it grew on me pretty quickly. And the reason why is because it's actually very cool. I'll go into a bit more detail later, but it is pretty striking, and it is something that definitely catches the attention of folks. We started doing this with the U18S, and I think it was a really solid move on our part. Pat on our backs. We wanted to make the back less cluttered, a little bit less kind of detail on the box, and that's why we included this QR code. Now, in a store, if you're having a look at them, you want a little bit more detail, this QR code will take you to the product page, and maybe you'll even see this video. But scan the QR code, it'll give you more info. But on the back here, we just list out the kind of main technology points, apex, TIA, lid, some of the tips that are included, and then some of the compliance things. But the coolest part about it is this exploded wireframe view. That's really what it looks like. I mean, these are actual 3D drawings that are used by our R&D and manufacturing folks. You have the TIA driver, you have the single high mid driver, you have the 6 low mid drivers, and then the single 9mm dynamic driver. Then you have the manifolds for those, apex module connector, tip, faceplate, that sort of thing. Boom. Here it is, the slide. Oh. There we go. The booklet with the ever satisfying snap. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like a good little tactic feedback. Feels good. I like doing it. So let's open it up. And boom, here we go. So the custom foam insert, the premium leather case, message from our founder, Vitaly, the in-ears, the cable holder thing. It's all there. That's good. It's all how it's supposed to be. One thing that was cool with the Neo was when we released it, we kind of released a new premium cable in tandem with it. And it was an introductory offer where you'd get this silver core, silver plated copper premium cable, which is awesome. We still sell it. Check it out. It's really good. But it was an introductory offer where you get the cable with the Neo. They paired very nicely. But traditionally, you get the standard premium cable with it. But recently, when we changed the packaging and we kind of brought it a little bit closer to the other products, we started including the new premium cable, the cable that you see with the U6T and with the Duo. Here we go. The top of it comes off. You get the little sticker there. This is our premium leather case. It is bonded leather, I believe, but it is very well put together, very neat. It's got a nice stamped out 64 Audio logo. And then this is kind of cool. This is something we started doing with the release of U18S back in 2020. What was it, 2020? 2021. It was 2021. Or was it? We'll see. We'll see in the U18S video. We'll dial that in. This tip holder, it's pretty cool. Some say it has a bit of a spider web design to it. You be the judge of that. It does kind of bear a bit of resemblance to the faceplate of the U18S. You can kind of see that it was designed in that era. It serves a very specific purpose, and that is to hold all of the tips that we include, and we include quite a bit. We include 3 different types of tips in 3 different sizes. The 3 different types are the foam tip, which is kind of an exclusive thing to us. We call it the True Fidelity tip. Then you have the wide bore, the kind of wide nozzle tip that we feel is the most accurate response due to how low it sits on the nozzle of the in-ear. And then you have the spin fit tips, which are kind of a popular tip brand in the audiophile space, and we decided to start carrying that because of customer feedback from you all. So those are the 3, and the spin fit ones actually have different colors for the backs of them that kind of give you an idea of what size they are. So the red one is the medium, the purple one is small, and then blue is large. From there, we'll just pull this guy out. Everything in this case is fairly tight because we want to keep them safe on their way to you. And a little piece of advice, if you're sending them in for any sort of service, hang on to the box. You can put everything back in the box, keep it as safe as possible for transit. In there, the bottom piece of the leather case is, and it's the little accessories. So we have the shirt clip, which I'll go into a bit more detail on later. The cleaning tool, your best friend in making sure that the in-ears last forever, even a decade. We have those stories for sure. Clean them after every use. That's just the rule of thumb. Don't have to go into too much detail. Just clean them after every use. Easy. I know it's not that easy. You kind of get caught up, but there you go. That's the advice we give. And then the Apex module holder. This is also something that we introduced with the U18S along with the custom ear tip holder. The Neo, just like some of the other universal IEMs, comes standard with the M15 module. That is the kind of target frequency response. That's kind of what we hope to be our first impression for listeners to the Neo. But with the other modules, you get a lot to customize. Not only do you customize the level of isolation, if that's something that you're kind of really particular about. The M15 is kind of in the middle. You can kind of see that the middle of this Apex module holder is empty because that's kind of where the M15 modules sit, is right in the middle of those products, in the middle of the module choices. So isolation, roughly minus 15 dB. With the M20 modules, you get more isolation, you get a bit more sub bass, a bit more fullness. It shrinks the soundstage slightly, kind of brings everything in closer. The MX modules bring the bass down slightly, widen the soundstage, let a little bit more ambient noise in, but feel the most open and just seamless between your kind of surroundings and the in-ear itself. SIPA. The M20 module is definitely the bass lovers module in this in-ear monitor specifically. If you're really wanting a ton of that sub-bass information, that will be your friend. Now, let's get to the heart of why we're here. The cable is kept nicely in this little wrap-aroundy thingy, official name for it. But they definitely took the packaging seriously. I like that we came up with this thing. This is kind of cool. I don't know if you've watched some of the other videos, but new cable, awesome, low microphonics, nice supple, soft to the touch, branded aluminum bifurcation, branded 3.5 millimeter jack. That's what this comes terminated in standard. We don't have the other terminations like 2.5 millimeter or 4.4 for you balanced fans. we hope to have this cable as a standalone product soon, and we might see that with with the introduction of that on our accessory page. This thing is protected. It's very nice. All right, now with the in-ears. With the models that come with the Apex modules, when you're pulling them out, I like to kind of grab hold of the module and use that to kind of wiggle the in-ear out of the very tight and protective foam insert. So I just kind of get my fingernails around the Apex module and just kind of get it wiggled out. There you go. There you go. And, don't be afraid to handle them. They are milled out of a solid piece of aluminum. Everything is very sturdy, so you're not gonna break the thing, but just as an easy way of pulling them out. Just a little wiggle. There you go. Comes out. Boom. I'm afraid the way I say wiggle or doing those cute little things will turn into a meme or a GIF. I'll turn internet famous. Boom. You see it? Very cool. The way that light hits the abalone is pretty stinking cool. These are actually from shells that are harvested in New Zealand. We did a great partnership with them back in 2021 where we offered 3 different faceplate options for our custom models that were set to different colors. But yeah, this is all sustainably sourced shells from New Zealand from a great partner of ours. And the blue just really, really is striking. And they're all unique. This is another theme in some of our other universal models is every single faceplate is unique. It's like a fingerprint. This is not just a stamped out form. This is not just a kind of, artificially created pattern. This is unique to this particular unit. Now with this, you notice that it has a little hole in the top. What that is a back vent for the low frequency driver, that dynamic driver. But then, this little module is the front vent. Everything that happens here is that pressure is released out of the back through the Apex module. To give you an idea of what I like to do with the shirt clip is I use it to reduce microphonics. In live music in the concert setting, the shirt clip is used to really secure the ears to you and make sure that it doesn't pull on the back of your head as the cable runs down your shirt. But in this case, I like to clip it to my shirt to reduce microphonics. Even though the microphonics on this cable are actually a lot better, and I'm a huge fan of it, this helps, and I'll show you how. Even though the spin fit tips change the sound slightly, I think they brighten them up slightly. I do prefer it, at least I have been preferring them recently, just because it's kind of an easy throw and go thing for me. You just put them on, they slide in really easily. I don't have to kind of settle in with them, but different preferences for people. They might prefer the other ones. Here you go. Put them on. This is how they look on my big head. Just one of those in-ears that will kind of catch people's attention, I think. I actually think it matches the little blue Dragonfly unit. Pair these up on, public transport. So here it is. I'll cinch this up a little bit like that. Gives a little bit of give here, a little bit of slack. And that way, the movement on the cable here is kind of decoupled from the cable up here. So we'll go ahead and have a listen through the Cobalt Dragonfly. Shout out to AudioQuest. We love these guys. You can get them on the website. When you're buying the Neo, buy one of the 3 Dragonflies we offer. It's a really great little headphone amp and DAC. All right, here we go. Let's play something. Exactly what I expected. Neo, another one of those kind of very talked about models in our lineup. Comparing some of our customs to what we have in the Universal. This is our first high driver count hybrid Universal in-ear monitor. It's a mouthful. As you well know, the Forte, the Trio, they're all hybrid in-ear monitors in the Universal space. You use a dynamic driver along with BAs. You could call it a tribrid if you want, maybe not. The TIA driver, it's definitely not just a balanced armature. It is something proprietary, it is something 64 audio. So hybrid, maybe even tribrid. It is just a very smooth and very rich sound. That was what we were going for with the dynamic driver. And you know, most of the BAs are actually situated in the mids, and you get a very smooth, rich response. The way that I like to put it is, at least in kind of pro audio terms, it might not make the most sense in audiophile space, although I think it will, it's a very analog sounding in-ear monitor, very kind of saturated. And that's what I really like about them. It makes so much music really fun and engaging to listen to. And you have the option of going huge bass head with it, with the M20 module, or flattening it out and making it, a lot more of a reference tonality if you want to. But really versatile, really fun, really enveloping, I would say. So yeah, that is Neo. Go check it out. Go buy one. Go look at one in a store, one of your local retailers around the world, and yeah, check it out for yourself. Neo.